One, two, test.
Today, and yeah, so I just see the thing is auto starting, so right. But anyway, we thank all the people who contributed to making this possible for us, this fantastic satellite business. I love it. I think it's the cherry on top of amateur radio, absolutely. And John, if you are watching, I left the transformer and the book of the car in position, so don't worry, it's there. The backdrop is pretty standard. Okay, let me just okay, I want to show you the spectrum. What have I been doing? Oh yes, very exciting. I mustn't have this near the remotes. The cell phone tickles them. I measured the sun on 10 gigs, I wanted to know roughly the sensitivity of my X-band receiving system for moonbounds. I'm very far away from doing any moonbounds, but anyway, just testing a couple of bits, and so okay. I went onto the sun with the dish, picked it up nicely, and I got a reading, and then went off the sun, and the difference was 8.5 dB. So it showed me that I definitely do receive RF from the sun, which is the same system we use at work to calibrate our things. But then I was curious. It was just past full moon the other day, and I thought, oh well, that will be a good test. The reflection of the sun coming from the moon, if I can see any of that, then my sensitivity can't be all that bad. It's only a 1.2 meter dish I'm using. Anyway, I tried that, and I actually did receive the reflection of the moon. Not much. On target, on the moon, I get a reading, and off the moon, it's half a dB down. So I get a half a dB difference. But it's there, just the reflection of the sun coming from the moon. Now, if there are EME operators amongst you, you'll probably laugh and say, oh, but that's nothing, you know, you need more. I don't know. I have no feeling for it. But anyway, so John ZS6JON said I must try and see if I can receive the beacon. Apparently there's somebody in Germany who puts out a massive signal onto the moon every day when the moon is in the right phase. And apparently this beacon reflected off the moon is of good signal strength, and if I can receive that, then at least I have some hope. So now I have to convert the output of the LNB, which comes out a bit low. It's just over 1 gig coming out of there on my modified LNB, and so I have to make a converter to bring it up again to 23 centimeters, because I've got a multi-mode set for 23 centimeters. So that's what I started doing this morning. And I went through all my crystals, and I found a 90 meg crystal. I thought, okay, 90 megs. I need about 260 to 280 megs of local oscillator to inject into an up-converting mixer to get the 1 gig up to 1.2 gigs, 1.2, 1296, somewhere around there. So 90 times 3 gives you 270 megs, which is perfect for what I want to do. So I can just show you my rough experiment. This is what it looks like. Just get my wobbly cam. So I took a BFY 56 transistor, a couple of bias resistors, a wideband output toroid transformer, and the 90 meg crystal, and there I had my 90 megs going very nicely, very stable and clean. Okay, now I have to triple that. So there I used a BFR 96, there it sits, and another little toroid output stage for that with a nice piston tuning cap, and this is my output antenna, just so that the spectrum analyzer could pick it up. And yes, it's working beautifully. I get a nice 270 megs clean, very clean out of this contraption. So now I must just add a mixer. Now I don't have mixers that will accept such a low local oscillator frequency, so I'll have to use a transistor mixer or a FET mixer, and then the output of that can go into the 23 centimeter ICOM transceiver. So hopefully I'll get this to work. I'll carry on with this later tonight. So that's what I've been up to, playing with signals from the moon. Right, next one is Benno, PR3 FBX for the group from ZS1 Mike in Worcester, where it's overcast and it looks like we could have lightning any moment.
Let's kill the audio there. That should be okay. And let's see, my face is still working. Yeah. Hi guys. Beautiful picture, Leon. Thanks for leading the net today. I wasn't around last week nor the week before due to all kind of other occupations. Next week I will be hopefully there, and then I will be 2 weeks on a camping ground with a 1 meter dish. Maybe I will attend. That will be for the next 3 or 4 weeks. The projects, yeah, always into projects. Same here. I have done a lot of work on a, well, on, where's my other one? Lost my complete set. My beacon, my Whisper beacon, as you know by now, I have nice filtering on the back for 3 bands for 40 meter, 20 meter and 10 meter, and some amplification. And that was the part where I was working on, because man oh man, how difficult can it be to create 15, 16 dB gain on the DC bands. Well, it is, especially if you have BS170, which is a MOSFET amplifier. Well, MOSFET well, it's a MOSFET, and it's widely used. And I got a bag full of them. I think 3 different shippings. I had 20-30 pieces of them, and I only had to find out that they are not the same. Well, nothing new there, but one is reversed in its feet, in its jacket. So one is on the top, like this one. Let's see, do I have another camera? I should have another camera. Let's see. So we are talking about this piece of electronics. A little bit light on there, maybe, which is all the control, the PC, well, the CPU, some display, which is simple, and the backboard is all about cleaning the signal and getting it on. I should show on the back of the control board there is a sys generator which generates all the frequencies, and obviously that's not clean, so I created a small board to clean that a little bit up. 3 boards, pin diodes, selection, and then some amplification here. And on this board you see the BS170 on the top, and on this board, which looks pretty much the same, the BS170 is on the bottom because it's reversed in its jacket. Both with the same writing, well, different brand, but the same writing, BS170, and this one it should be according to the specs, and some clever guy thought about reversing it in his jacket. So one is running on the back, one is running on the front. Both work, both doing pretty much the same. So that is the part what I was playing on last week or so. I have played a lot with my Nano VNA, which I hardly have used before, but I found my spec is only starting at 550 meg with the tracking generation, so that's not working for shortwave, but my Nano VNA nicely does that from 9 kc up to, well, up to several hundred megs, but up to 100 meg. So this gives me a nice demo, and I even had to make a nice, let's get that out of there, a nice, let's do that also on the other camera, which looks a little bit better. A nice test board I created myself to first of all test the if it works. You can set a bias, you can set some band selection, the board will connect to it, you will be able to connect the board this way. So I have a complete setup going SMA in and SMA out, and I even thought about testing the both. I made 2 feeds for the 2 BS170s to check whichever does what, which you can see on with the 2 LEDs and the 2 light bulbs, just to pull some power through there, and you can even see the difference if they have doing different work on the same bias voltage. Well, that's a lot of fun I had to think about last week, and I think that's about it for today. Let's see, camera, back to the right camera. Okay, let's pass it on to the next guy on the list, all the way to Brazil. Ed, looking forward to see you again. And yeah, sorry, I'm not available as much as I want, but on the other side, the satellite will still continue to work. Hi. From PA3 Fox Bravo X-ray, passing it to Brazil. And do I have a test card? Yes, I have. A little bit audio also.
Turning on microphone. Hello everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Nice to be here with you. Don't have perfect light here. It's a little bit. We have a sunny day here, and the sun is in the back at the moment. It's in the back and not in front of me. So, but very good. Just to clarify to our viewers on the streaming channels, which are YouTube and Facebook through the BATC Facebook page. I was not available last Sunday. Was Mother's Day here. Unfortunately, I no longer have my mother, but my mother-in-law is still strong going, and there was a lunch there. I was not here to join the net or even streaming to those channels. But it's always open to someone that may help to do this streaming. Just let me know, and we can work out something. Going to the net content. That's thanks, Leon, for reporting your experiments, hearing the sun noise, also the sun reflected noise from the moon. That's really fascinating. I always like everything related to that. Actually, I do enjoy hearing signals bounced from the moon. Actually, I get more happy hearing something than transmitting is kind of optional to me. I did some QSOs through the moon on 144 and 432, but you know, just to listen for something coming from the moon is always fascinating, and it's really nice your experiment there. Never try 10 gigahertz, but yeah, that maybe someday we can try that. That will be very interesting. Benno, Whisper, WSPR. I'm assembling a remote WSPR beacon. Probably gonna put in a few weeks. That's gonna be on 50 megahertz, 6 meters. It's just transmission. Okay, it's gonna be on 50293. I think it's the Whisper default frequency for 6 meters, and I hope it will work. It's totally autonomous. It's gonna be a 80 watts solar panel, lithium-ion battery, and hollow antenna to make horizontal polarization. As soon as it's installed in the location, I probably gonna take some pictures of the equipment and antenna and everything, and I'm gonna show to you guys here for those who are interested, obviously. But very interesting your assemblies there, Benno. What I did last week, I mean, some activities is still going on. But last week, because today is a new week, right? So that's why I called last week. There were some interesting activities over QO-100 satellite. I just tried to compile a few of them, not all of them, but just few of them that I could do this morning. And I will show to you guys here. It's a very short video, 2 minutes or 3. At most, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Soon as I can find it, it's always okay. I found it. Yeah, those are the activities that I capture and I consolidate in one a very short video. Yeah, first one is Antarctica operation, portable. It's a new grid from Antarctica to everybody. It was Delta Papa Zero Golf Victor November.
Roger, 73 Delta Papa Zero Golf Victor November portable is setting up.
Yeah, you guys will not be able to hear Alex speaking because I forgot to enable the audio on OBS. But it's a huge pileup.
Oscar November 6 Alpha Alpha 500.
That's on SSB.
Thank you, QRZ.
And you could, if I could remember to to enable the audio on
Julian,
OBS,
India.
you know, you're gonna be able to here make a few QSOs there
Delta
from
5 Julian
Antarctica.
India 5 und 9.
The other one is the ITU 160 years celebration. We were able to get a QSO with Doreen. She's the Secretary General for ITU. She was operating from Geneva, ITU headquarters. And everything was possible thanks to Nina, Delta Lima 2 Golf Radio Charlie, who make a great job scheduling with many stations from several countries, continents. And this is Paulo Fox 5 Victor Mike Juliet. He's hovering from Iceland, from several grids in Iceland. And he's still going. I mean, his activity is still going on the narrowband SSB and FT8. It was a great opportunity to work new grids for those who like it and make QSOs with Paulo in Iceland. Yep. Everything was almost perfect on this video except for the detail on OBS that you must enable the audio that I forgot. But that was not such a big deal. Not the most important was the images. Okay, guys. Going to the list. Let's see who's the next guy. That's Peter Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. I'm passing to you. GW7 Busy the White. This is Papa Yankee 2 Romeo November.
Okay, GW7BZ1, just check that I've got some audio. Wait for it to come round. Yes, I have. Yeah, I'm using my earbuds just for a change, so that I don't get too much talk around if I don't turn off the sound. But yeah, excellent stuff of everybody so far. Leon, very interesting there. You're always up to something, aren't you? Fantastic. Crystals, you know, I'm sure I've got crystals somewhere. And to Ed there, thanks for showing what's happened this week. So fascinating what goes on whilst I'm not here. And what I'm still having problems with my PC and everything that's running on it. Really, I don't know. It's my PC dying. It's about 5 years old. It might be developing a problem, I don't know. But it crashes occasionally, and I've killed off a few MSN Edge. I think I've killed off now, so that at least that might not be draining. It seems to open about 10 pages for no particular reason. So with that gone, I might have less trouble with it blanking out on transmit. I'm running the old 303 software as I returned Pluto back to its original software, and I have tried to put the newer software on to run DATV Red, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to to load, and I'm certainly not going to go on DFU and fiddle that much. I fear fiddling too far, and I'll end up bricking it, so I'm leaving it as it is. I believe there might be another version of SDR television coming out, version beta 2, very shortly, if it isn't already out, so I look forward to having to play with that sometime in the future. That's about all I've been doing here. Amateur television wise, I've been out doing a bit of landscaping at the back there, and I might have to paint the fence. That'll be maybe a bit of job to do after I've been on the amateur television today. Otherwise, not a lot of anything. I don't tend to do anything, to be fair. I feel a bit inadequate. Everybody seems to be doing stuff. Well, it works. I leave it alone, and I haven't really got any great things. I'm not sure. Whisper. I think that's just don't get it. HF. I have a lot of interference, so I don't use that. I did have a spell with it. The wife won't let me put a long wire outside, so why I don't understand, because it just go along the top of the fence. Anyway, it picks up a lot of interference, there's vast amount of noise, etc. So that's a bit pointless. And I've got me DMR walkie-talkie, but there's very few people on it. So amateur radio in this district area on all bands is very, very quiet, if not dead. So I'm not encouraged to spend more money, to be honest with you. So perhaps I'm just getting old, I don't know. But motivation isn't really there. I still like the amateur television. As I think Leon said, it's the cream, the cherry on the cake, and that's always great. I should make more of it and go out and do some recording or something, but again, if I am home, then the wife usually wants me to do stuff, so I'm finding time. Too much YouTube expects to blame. But anyway, who am I handing it round to? I've got no idea. With that waffle, I'm going to have a look at my phone. I see, I've just checked that anybody screaming at me that some calamity is before me signal. Hi Nigel. Hello Nigel. Is that the same Pete that you how are you? Am I? Yeah, I think it might be me even. Good afternoon to you. When are you going to come on, Nigel? That's what we want to see. Who's after me? G3VKV. Graham. Okay, so I'm going to hand it round to Graham. From GW7BZY. In very sunny Wales. It's been lovely here, Leon. I think you said, just before I go, the lightning and threatening lightning, I think you said. No lightning here. Sunshine. It's been sunny all week. Beautiful. I might look a bit browner than usual, maybe a little redder, because I have been in the sun. It's not an adaptation of the camera. It is in fact that I am a little bit redder and browner than usual. Very rare. The garden shrunk a bit. The actual garden shrunk within this boundary because the soil's dried out, which is very, very rare. Last year it never stopped raining really. I should go and paint the fence because it's dry and it'll absorb all the wood preservatives. Can't get creosote any longer, not proper creosote. I'm still having problems setting up my dish. Okay. So try. I wonder if I'm holding it round to. Has anybody got any secrets to where they can get creosote? Not pretend creosote, but the real thing from GW7BZY in both RX and TX. I'm sorry to hear that, Nigel. It's terrible. I've been having a signal down at this end, so I don't know if the repeater or the satellite is the beacon is down in power. It doesn't look down in power, but certainly my reception is down. But I think it's just because the dish is hot and the focal point may have changed. With that, I hand it round with a cube zoom, no less, from GW7BZY in unexpectedly sunny Wales. There we go.
All right, G3AKV, bit shorter power. Put some new cables on the Pluto, and I must have a bit more loss there somewhere because the output was down a bit. So let me make it so I'm not... Better when you turn the gain up. That's right. I think I think we're ready to go now. It took me by surprise putting it over to me there, Peter. You never know when it's not going to work, do you, when you switch on? So, right, I'll start at the beginning there with greetings to everybody and all the listeners, by the way, and also Nigel and Phil who are passing messages on the chat back. But to Leon first there. Yeah, I find I'm interested on your attempts there. Well, not attempts, but getting on with the EME. I've been threatening to do that for 10 years. Never got around to it. Got all the equipment on several bands to do it, but never really got around to it. So it's something I'll have to have a go. I'm not sure when that beacon's on, because every time I've looked, it seems to be it's switched off. I think that's the obvious choice, is to have a go at that one. I've got a 750 dish all ready to have a go with a highly tuned feed on it, and I've got the equipment to put on it. I've got a very low noise preamp, and everything's ready to try it, but I haven't got around to it. I even got a tripod with, I haven't got any means of turning things around, electronically with Azel automatic following mounts or whatever, but from the point of view of hearing the beacon, I'm sure I could cobble something up just to have a listen. But I haven't even done what you've just done and had a go at the moon noise and the sun noise. But maybe I'll get around to it. It's always the middle of winter when I think of these things, and then when the summer comes, I don't do anything. So, all right, I've got my notes here. Benno, yes, you always seem to come up with some boards that I've just knocked these up. I think to myself, it'd probably take me 3 months to make boards and produce something with several boards with lots of devices on. Although some things I can make quickly, and other things take me ages. Some mechanical bits I'm not too quick on at the moment. Got a workshop, but not the physical enthusiasm to stand at a pillar drill for a while and do things. I did etch some boards the other day, so that's something. But anyway, it all looks interesting there. Everybody seems to be doing something, well, except you, Peter, and me, and not doing very much. As you can see in the background, I'm still playing around with the SCR television, waiting for version 2, and I'll stick it on the air. It's all working, and it can be fed into this PA I'm using at the moment. This is on a separate system, so I'm going to just put an SMA on and put some drive down the spout to get it to drive the power amp, and I should be on the air. It's all working, transmit and receive. Just a case of assembling it so it's easy to operate. I do like your little things there you put up at the beginning. The one that really amused me was the one with the electrician and the construction worker, wasn't it? And I showed that to somebody, and they nearly jumped out of their boots when it got to the bit with the electrician. I think that one was really good. I heard the Antarctic station. I have worked them. I worked them a couple of years ago. I think it was Teresa, was it, on the mic? I worked her on the way down from the ship. She was operating off the deck of the supply ship. And I worked again when they were down there, and he sent me some pictures of penguins, would you believe? But I had a good long chat. I've recorded it all, actually, a good long chat to her about what it was like down there. I got, while I'm on that subject, I did record what you hadn't got, the sound. This was from last weekend, was it, or early on in the week? When they had a contact with a school in Portugal. I'm not sure, I think it was just narrowband both ways. I don't think I had the video. But this is the chappie operating from down there, if I can get it.
latitude, I think. So every country has their like a piece of this pie chart. Microphone back. This is Delta Papa Zero Golf Victor November.
That's when he was working somebody on the school contact. But no, I don't think he had any video. But there we are. A couple of amusing things while I'm on. I ordered up a little attenuator. I think I showed it last week. Switched to attenuator from China. It's a Japanese one. It's not Chinese. Surplus in very good condition. Anyway, usual thing happened. I found two little packages in the padded bag it came, and here he is. That's the other one. I seem to have had a load of these years gone by. I've got a box full of them, all different colours. So there you are. I thought I had two attenuators, but it turns out to be and Teddy has escaped. He's emigrated. And he's come to live here, so that's why he's smiling, I think. Well, I don't know, he's probably left all his family behind. Anyway, I'll put him with the others, he'll be all right then. And what else have I got down here? Oh yeah, this might amuse you as well. Here we go. There's a film, it's not... and I wasn't transmitting at the time, fortunately, so he seemed to be quite happy. But it's a good job he wasn't jump on there when I'm transmitting, unless he wanted to warm himself up a little bit. But also had some other visitors. I don't know whether I can find it. Here we are. Some visitors in the garden. Mrs. Fox and not so small baby Fox, and she's just about getting fed up with him, I think. Because he's getting so big, she wants to get rid of him. So he's cleaning his ears, because he hasn't had them cleaned for a while. In a minute, you'll see that he's going to start playing up. You watch in a minute. There we are. And then she starts chewing her back leg, and then she really gets angry with him, and she looks really cheesed off. She said, "You're so big now, you ought to be fending for yourself." So anyway, then she goes and jumps on him again in a minute. I think just on her again, I should say. There we are. So he's had enough of her. He's going home. Right. What else have we got on here? They come out again in the morning. Oh, it's still on there. Let me get back to my... Oh, we're nearly into this season as well. So plenty of gooseberries this year. So put them all in the freezer. I got four gooseberry bushes. So this will last me the rest of the year. Right. I think that's about it. So I better get it back round to Leon again. And hopefully, when I get round to it, I'll let's put this back onto the shack. There we are. I should be able to report that I've done something similar, but I think you're going to beat me to it by a long way, Leon. So you've got all the power there as well. I've only got 8 watts at this end. So I have got a big dish, but I can be absolutely certain that putting a really big dish on the moon is not going to be easy. So back to Leon, and yes, we're waiting for Simon's version 2 here. But you can see it's running in the background fine. Maybe next week I'll rig it up and come on with it. Just got some pictures floating through on it, but it's all working fine. But I must get it on the air. I don't think any of us on the net here are using SDR television, are we? But anyway, we'll get there. It's nice to have something to fall back on to have a play around with. G3VKV, now putting it back to Leon. See if I can get my test card on first. The lighting in here is pretty terrible. If I open the sun's gone, it hasn't gone in, but if I open the blind, it's too bright. So I have to rely on the lighting I've actually got in the shack. So test card, and then back to Leon, G3VKV.
Okay, thanks, Graham. Nice seeing you as well. And oh, the foxes playing in the garden. Gee whiz, that's something. I thought we in Africa have all the wild animals, and there you have them right there in the UK. Good heavens. Okay, yeah, I forgot to show just the spectrum display of my thing. Oh, now I've messed it up. Oh, me and cell phones. We don't get along very well. We don't get along very well. Anyway, hopefully I can get it going now. Bear with me. Right, that's a picture I took off the spectrum analyzer earlier this morning when I just got the local thing going. So that's 270 megs there. The output of the tripler on the on the thing, on the crystal thing. Okay, yeah, and Benno's got nice boards here. No, this is just my rough, very rough. I always start on a blank piece of copper-clad board with an idea, and then if it seems to want to work, then I'll make a board for it. But this one, I still want to add the mixer, and if it still works, then I'll make a board for it. Because it's I'm just short of about 200 and something megs on the IF output of the LNB to make it into the 23 centimeter band, because my ICOM, what is it, IC1271E, it covers just the 23 centimeter band, so it doesn't go down to 1 gig. It starts at 1.2 gigs, I think. Yeah, somewhere there it starts and it ends at 1.3 gig. So I have to mix it so that it's in that thing's range. Okay, yeah, Ed, nice cartoon again. Yes. And Peter, I must congratulate you that this time you came on with audio, without a single dropout. Everything worked smooth on your side today. It's a pleasure. But you must start building something now. Eh? I mean, that's the whole idea, to be able to show what you're doing. You know, even if it's a thing like this. You can't just talk. You've got to build. That's amateur radio. Okay. I don't have anything else to say. There's no lightning yet, but it's warm outside, much warmer outside than in the house. Normally it's the reverse. Yesterday it was hot as hell, but it's completely overcast. We haven't seen the sun today at all. And first it was just like fog, high fog, and then came big mushroom clouds floating past. So it's rather dark at the moment. But yeah, I don't hear any rumbles yet. Okay, Benno, over to you. PA3FBX for the group from ZS1 Mike in Worcester.
Yeah, that was a perfect transmission from Peter indeed, which is something new. Peter makes perfect transmissions. Yeah, you have to show us something, Peter. You cannot just attend the net and then say nothing what you are doing. Well, you should do at least play some music or whatever. I understand if the activities is low in your area. It's not worthwhile building something for it. Being your HF being so noisy, well, just a thought. This only transmits, so you will never see you will never have any problems with your noise. It will only transmit. It's like 50 or 100 milliwatts or something, and it will transmit on 3 bands, and it will transmit as long as you switch it on, and after a day or so you look online, wherever in the world you have been heard. Your call sign is on some spreadsheet, and you can see nice drawings of the connection and the strength you were there, which is all about communication, which is all about what we do. So yeah, the reason I have one, I started one, is first of all, I don't mind HF as well, not much, but occasionally you have that, well, that instance that you have to set up something on HF, and you are going into the field, and you go so in 2 weeks we are 1 week in on a radio camp where we have to put some antennas up, and I want to connect this beast to that antenna, and then at the end of the weekend I can say, oh, I have been heard in England and in Germany and in whatever I have been heard of. And it being HF, you can it can be heard all over the world, and it's fun. And being only 20 milliwatts or 100 milliwatts or something, it's small. You just connect it to some power, and yeah, it needs some internet connection for connecting the Wi-Fi to get the correct time, because Whisper runs on time issue. But you can also run it on a GPS. I think Atwell created on the GPS. You can run on it on 2 meters. I actually wanted to run it also on 2 meters and 6 meters for another experiment this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. If it works, I will show you next week the results of that. So that's another thing I wanted to create, and I thought about. And yeah, being only transmitting, you don't have a problem with your noise, and you can use the antenna you hang outside and go shopping, and then in the evening when you're with a glass of cup of coffee or a cup of tea, I think you take you check where you have been heard, because that's the whole thing of Whisper anyway. Okay, well, anyway, passing it back to you. As I would say, 73 is all. Nice week. By the way, the weather, yeah, we have above quality weather here in the Netherlands as well. We have very dry weather. Last year it rained pretty much all March and April, and we only had sunny weather now up to now, and all the grass starts to get brown already, and that's not typical for Holland. So something is changing, but we like good weather, so I don't complain too much. From PA 3 Fox Bravo XJ 73s. Hope to see you all again, and love all the images from the foxes and from all the activities on the QO-100 with the special squares. Yeah, If I only had time. SPA 3 Fox Bravo X-ray.
Someone is transmitting over me, and seems it will not give up. It's over transmitting over me. I'm trying to keep my carrier on, but it seems the gentleman keep insisting he wants to transmit over me. But let's see until when. Yeah, he wants to keep over me. All right, let me turn off, because the guy will not give up. Never, never. He's gonna keep transmitting over me all the time, so I will switch off. Let's see who it is.
Step down converter on it. I may remove that and
who
change
could
it for
be?
a variable one. So then I've done
Who do you think could be? Who could be the guy? That's the reason we have a freaking list.
I assume there's a mixer in it. I don't know if you can just see it in there within the in the bag, but I've got a mixer there, Leon. So eBay's the way to go. Maybe that's easier here than it is there. I don't know. They all come from China, and don't they? So I don't suppose South Africa is any different. But I do have a number of these little, because I have a habit of burning out the LMB power supply. So I have a number of these. I have 2 left at work, and half a dozen or more that are burned out of various quality. So I just buy a cheap one now, and that does the job for me. When things blow up, I fix them generally, except for my Pluto, which just died and didn't seem want to be fixed. So I have an old power supply there that has died a death. But yes, and of course what I'm going to be doing sometime in the very near future, hopefully with the repeater that we have on Anglesey, is that I'm going to be able to work DVB-T, which is really good. If you've not used DVB-T or experimented with it, it's far better than DVB-S terrestrially. Surprising really, being a DVB-T, how good it is compared to DVB-S, which works great for a satellite but not so good terrestrially. Why we all use DVB-S on terrestrial here in this country, I don't know, but I think because the amplification is easier. But there we are. That's my DVB-T high-des. I don't know if the company's still going, but that runs on 12 volts. I have a linear amplifier. I used to have a Nokia linear amplifier, which I converted, and that worked great. I sold it. I was just looking online now, see what they are, and then somebody wanted that £800 for them sterling. I thought, from Poland. I thought, I couldn't believe it, for the Nokia Dolphin. So I'm hoping my little, it's 40 watts, 40 watt linear, but you'll only get about 10% for DVB-T, so I'll get 4 watts out of it before it'll start destroying the signal. So not so good. All right, with that, I'll hand it round. Thanks for having me in there, Leon, and everybody else. Good to see you there, Nigel. I don't think I've seen you before. I can't remember anyway, which isn't really a big thing, because I tend to forget a lot of things. But I don't remember seeing you anyway. So good to see you there, and everybody else that's on with familiar faces. Ed, yes, it's absolutely flawless this time when I came in, and I think fairly flawless this time, except that my receive end was completely dead. I have nothing but trouble. Pico tuner works great when it's working. It doesn't work all the time, certainly not reliably. It just crashes. Then I put the mini tuner on. I've got the the mini tuner, the little mini, the mini tune mini. I don't know which one it was called, but it's a small one. And I've connected that. I've cut a whip for just saying that I do some creative stuff. I cut a quarter wave whip for 740 megs, and then I placed that right next to the power injector for the LMB, and it picks plenty of signal up because I have a little inline amplifier on the 75 satellite downlink coax, so it whacks the signal out, and there's plenty there for any number of receivers to be connected via an RF quarter wave. So I have done stuff. I'm just saying that. Bino did say Peter to take it. Yeah, he did say me, didn't he? It should have been. Sorry, FA PA3 FXB. Yeah. Oh, whatever. I hand it back from GW7BZY. With apologies if I've come in at the wrong time. I'm just going to go with a cube with me Dalek friend.
Okay. I wouldn't mind if it would be the first or second time, but that happens several times. So, Peter, if you can please follow the DAM list, it would be great. Really be great. That list is very useful. Even it can release any type of coordinator or manager for this net. If people follow that list, everything would be fine. But that's fine. Benno, that's would be very great if we can think about putting something on 50 megahertz, cause that was on May 14th, I think last week, right? That was the opening from South America to Europe. It was really great. Several stations from all over Central Europe. I mean, not only Central, but up to Central Europe. You know, Germany, Netherlands, France, Poland. Everybody was there that evening, and it was really great. And I see there are very, very few whisper stations on 50 megahertz, even from Europe. There are few on North America and few on Australia, I believe. Obviously none in South America and none in Africa. So that's the reason I decided to put something on 50 megahertz, because the propagation on this band, on 6 meters band, is so sporadic that I believe there are plenty of CW beacons on 6 meters at the beginning of the band. There are plenty of CW beacons there, but nobody gonna stay all day, you know, rolling the VFO down and up, trying to find a CW beacon. I mean, I have nothing against telegraphy or CW beacon. I just love CW, but for this purpose, I think Whisper WSPR would be perfect. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. And I hope to see you all again next weekend. Greetings to everyone who is watching us on the streaming channels. And all the best. So passing Following the list, I'm gonna pass to Graham, Golf 3 Victor Kilo Victor from Papa Yankee 2 Romeo November, Vinhedo, São Paulo, Brazil.
Right, G3VKV. Back, make sure I've got enough power. 25.5. I'll take it up a little bit. It says takes it down, works backwards, this attenuator. There we are, up a dB, 1 dB steps. Yes, all very interesting from everybody, and got so many things written down here. A few comments. Where are we? Yeah, I think when it first, I forget which one it was, when it first came out, these modes of beaconing and whatever, I left to receive. Somebody said, well, how long is it going to take to work DXCC or hear DXCC? So I forget which, I think it was 20 meters. Left it on, it took 26 hours to get 100 stations, 100 countries. Quite amazing. We weren't going to guess how long it would take. But I've got a picture of the map afterwards. It's surprising. Gives you a complete indication of where these things are, what the propagation's like all through the day when it moves around, and you get everything on the map all laid out. And as you say, some areas of the world there's very, very little activity. I haven't heard the stations in Namibia on QO-100 of late. I hope they're still okay. There was 3 of them down there. That's what I got on here. Yeah, so I quite agree with you. It's a very, very good way of surveying propagation. If you've got enough beacons around, people transmitting even low power and use computers to log it all. The analysis you can do on it is quite interesting. As regards going back to you, Leon, if you're still there, hope so. Well, I'm talking to myself. What I did to make my 9700 work as a transceiver on the narrowband using an LMB was see how high I could push the IF up in order to get the station, the transponder up in the range that the, as you say, in 23 SEM range. In fact, I could take the local oscillator down from 9750. This is on an octagon. I took the crystal out, put a 50 ohm load and a cap into it, just to just to couple into the device in the LNB. And I took the local oscillator down as far as, I took the IF, the oscillator, local oscillator, down so it was 9240 instead of 9750. Of course, that shoved the IF up to about, I don't know, 1250 odd. So that's what I did. It took a bit of working out. Worked out at 25.587693 megahertz instead of 25 meg. So, and that, I think the full work today was 25.5876931, but that's being a bit ridiculous. So I used a Leo Bodmar and programmed it. And to get it accurate, I could never get it exactly right. I think it's between 100, it's the exact amount, about 120 hertz out, I think, between a transmit and receive, being locked when you lock and track the 9700. So that's one way of doing it. Use a conventional, nothing else to do then, no other conversions to do to anywhere. So I ended up using that frequency 1250 odd for the IF on the one side anyway. So it seems to work out quite right, rather than using up, say, 2 meters and 70 sems as the up down. Anyway, just a thought. Yeah, hopefully, if you keep at it, you can tell me what you've done. You give me some figures you've got off the moon noise. So I've never tried it. Got all the kit. I've got a very low noise amplifier. In fact, I've got some low noise amplifiers for most bands, right down well sub 1 dB. Not on 10 gigs, but I think I've got one on 2 meters. On 2 meters, it's 0.26 or something like that. It's been got a calibration sheet with it to say what it is. But I haven't used these things in earnest, so I must try and listening, see what I can find. Okay, that's about it, I think. Plenty of things to make here. in theory, I've got plenty of time, but it doesn't always work like that. It's, I spent about 2 days doing some paperwork this week, which drove me mad. But I've got some more to do as well before too long. So there we are. Anyway, right out. Cheers to everybody. I'll leave it open in case Leon wants to come on to say any more. But we'll hope to hear some more reports for you, Leon, and be interesting when you get the PA going up to it. And also about the beacon. Is it working now? Have you looked recently? Has it got on and off on it or whatever? I'll have to go and have another monitor and see. DL something UHF, isn't it, or SHF? DL something SHF, I think, the 10 gig one. There's also used to be one, I'm not sure if that's there, even on 23 SEMs, whether that's off now. But I'll look into it and have another go. Anyway, good chat. There's been a few, not many of us on, but everybody must be listening because there's no one else on the band except the gentleman from Doha up the top end. So cheers all, G3 VKV. Glad you enjoyed the pigeon and the yeah. There's plenty of wildlife up here. They come off the hills. We even had deer coming down. Little muntjac deer come down. So there's all sorts, pheasants, you name it. Even snakes in the garden. I went on the drive and I wonder what it was looking out at me over the gap in the fence, and it was slithered up and went over the fence and curled itself up between the fence and the post to try and hide from me. And it slid under my car, and I thought to myself, well, I hope it doesn't come up inside somewhere. Wasn't a poisonous one, but we don't get many snakes over here, thank goodness, not compared with South Africa. There's only one, I think, and this wasn't one of those. It was a grass snake. Cheers all. Anyway, and I'll see you with a bit of luck next week. That's hopefully we'll have Gary back by then. I mean, missing him coming on and being on there at the beginning of the net. So if you're listening, Gary, get it all bolted together if you've got the bits. I know it must be out of a job, but hopefully we'll see you soon. G3 VKV signing out to the the VATC, not the VATC, the World Net. That's right. I forget which net I'm on. Cheers all. Back to the test card.